Chip, 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 chip. Yeah. Arrow. Yo, what up, man? Jackson 1616. We fucking back. Creator and host, the one mic stand. Also 1/3 of Sex with Strangers. Shout out to Senior Juice. What up? What up? Fuck is popping. Yo, look, listen, what's good, man? We back on the sofa. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not out of town. For a little minute, but I had to come back on the sofa because I got to get y'all this shit weekly, on a weekly basis. I got shit stacked up, nigga. The energy back, nigga. We back in the crib, nigga. We back on our ranch, nigga. Soliloquies, monologues, nigga. Nah, what's good, man? What's going on with y'all, man? Real quick, man, y'all know how I like to jump right in it, you feel me? Double entendres and all that. The pussy and the podcast. So look, listen. I was back in the lab. I was back in the office. I was back on the toilet. I was back in the bathroom. I was back taking the shit. And I was scrolling as I usually do. And I honestly don't even remember if this was something from social media that kind of piqued my interest. I don't know if it was something from social media or honestly if it was just something that I was just thinking up, you know what I'm saying, in my brain while I be sitting, while I be thinking. But I had an interesting thought that I thought would be a good facilitator of some good conversation, some good dialogue as usual, right? So I was kind of sitting down and I was thinking, I wrote it down obviously because I got my list here of topics. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of fucking shit that I've yet to talk about. But this one particular thing was, let me find it. Okay. And this is directed towards ladies, but I also want to kind of direct it towards men as well. Can you love a man who loves you, but it doesn't seem like he loves black women in general? Can you love a man who loves you, but it seems like he doesn't love black women in general? And I think that that's a really fucking interesting question. I just think it's interesting. I think it's interesting on several levels and several layers. And men, like I said, I would ask you guys the same thing. Would you love or could you be with a woman who loves you, but it seems like she doesn't love black men in general? And I ask that on both sides because before you guys answer, ladies, before you answer, I want you to kind of step back and take a look and observe the energy and the perceptions and the vibes that you or people or women that you may know give out via social media, via conversations with your friends, conversations with your male friends who are platonic friends, via group chats, group texts, just everything, right? Before you sit back and answer, because, and the reason that I say that, the reason that I say take a pause, take a moment, take a minute before you respond, because I'm assuming that the response overwhelmingly, I'm assuming that the response overwhelmingly, especially coming from women, is going to be that black women, without a doubt, love black men. Black women, without a doubt, support black men. Black women, without a doubt, protect black men. Black women, without a fucking shadow of a doubt, love, like, care for, take care of, back, support, all of that. Black men, right? From the depths of their heart, from the depths of their soul, from the depth of whatever else it is that they may possess or have. They take all of that and they support and protect black men with it. And I'm not saying that you don't. I'm not saying that you don't. I'm not saying that you don't love us. I'm not saying that you don't support us. I'm not saying none of that. But what I am saying is take a step back and look at social media, conversations, group chats, text, banter, friendly or not, from yourself, from your counterparts, from your friends, from your coworkers, from your peers. Take a look at how it looks. Take a look at how it looks. Take a look at the perception. Take a look at the energy that some women give off. Take a look at some of the vibes, some of the aura that some black women give off when they're speaking about black men. And I'm not talking about extremes. I'm talking about on a daily basis. I'm talking about on a day-to-day. I'm not talking about when niggas get killed by the police. I'm not talking about when niggas get killed from other niggas. I'm not talking about when niggas, you know what I'm saying, or I'm not talking about those extremes. I'm talking about on a day. I'm not saying that those things don't happen on a day-to-day basis, because they fucking do. But I'm not talking about when we marching. I'm not talking about when we protesting. I'm not talking about those things. I'm talking about in a day-to-day, in the office, talking to your homies, talking to your friends, discussing dating in group chats or chats on Facebook or Twitter. Those are the conversations that I'm talking about, because the habits that you live within ultimately make up the person that you are. Ultimately, the energy that you give out on a habitual basis is who you are. Whether we want to really believe that or not, perception in a lot of the times is reality. So before you answer that question, I just want you to take a look at that. Now, the actual question for the ladies, though, can you be with a man who loves you, but it doesn't seem like he loves black women in general? And I say that for the same exact reasons, because if you scroll social media, if you scroll your Facebook, your Twitters, your Instagram, you look at your memes, you look at your jokes, you look at music, you look at TV, the perception, the energy, the aura is that these niggas really don't like black women for real. The energy, the aura, the vibes is that these niggas really don't like women for real. Niggas don't really like women, dog. That's the vibes. If you check niggas texts, if you check niggas tweets, if you check niggas memes, if you check niggas jokes, if you go to the barbershop and listen, it sound like niggas really don't love black women in general. But that might not be your experience with him. So which one really holds more clout? Which one really holds more weight? And to me, this is super interesting to me also, because I think that it can speak to, do you go off of individual experiences with people? Do you go off of individual interactions with people one-on-one? Or do you look at how this person treats people as a whole? Do you look at how a man treats you as an individual, or do you look at how a man treats the masses? Because in a lot of cases, those could be two totally different things. And I can't even honestly make a determination as I'm sitting here whether that's right or wrong. Which one is the right one to go off of? Which one is the wrong one to go off of? If it's even right, if someone treats individuals differently than he treats the group. Like, is it right for me to give? Because when we're talking in terms, when we're speaking in terms of dating, when we're speaking in terms of love, right? One thing I feel like that the older that we get as men, we recognize that the woman in your life, I feel like she wants to know, needs to know on some accounts, that she is special, that she gets preferential treatment, that she gets treated in a different way, better than every other woman in that man's life. I think that we tend to like understand that that's something that is required. to make her, it's almost like affirmation. You know what I'm saying? To affirm that like she does hold a special place in your life. She does hold a special position in your life. You know what I'm saying? Because I've caught some criticism before from women because they say that they're not able to really distinguish whether or not they're special to me, because it seems as if I speak to everyone the same. I communicate with them. I communicate with the woman that I like or that I love the same way that I communicate with people who may listen to my content, or that the same way that I may communicate with my female friends who are platonic, or that I communicate with the women who I've just smashed. Like, all of it is the same. You know what I'm saying? So like, sometimes in my mind, I'm thinking like, well, damn, like to me, it like look like consistency, but sometimes to them, it looks like they're all on the same playing field. They all hold the same amount of weight when it comes to me and my attention and my love and my likeness for them or my infatuation with them. So to them, sometimes it can look like, yo, like this nigga really, I'm really not that special to him because he treat me just how he treat everybody else. But that would also make me think like, how far does that go in regards to like wanting that special treatment? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I've personally been in situations where I've tweeted some shit or spoke about some shit on the pod where women are probably looking at me like, oh, that nigga don't like women. Oh, he got a beef against women. He hate black women, which none of is true. But I can understand it. I can get it based on some of my language. You know what I'm saying? I get that. But at the same time, if you speak to women who I've dealt with personally, whether it be on a romantic level, whether it be on just a sexual level, physical level, or whether it just be on a friendship level, I guarantee you're going to get a whole different description of who Jackson is. Whole different. You know what I'm saying? And I just kind of wonder how other women would feel about that. Can you date a guy? Can you date a man who loves you, treats you amazing, but when he gets away from you, it seems like he don't like women for real? Like, how does that make you feel? Does it make you feel like you're with somebody who's disrespectful? Or does it make you feel like you're with somebody who doesn't like women, but you're the exception? Or do you just turn a blind eye to it all? And if you don't turn a blind eye to it all, what is the beef really? And when I say, like, what is the beef? When I say that, what I mean is, because I don't know if that makes sense. What is the beef really with someone who treats you amazing, and that's all you're really concerned about is how you are being treated? What's the beef really? And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that there shouldn't be one. So I hope you don't think that that's what I'm implying. I'm simply asking the question, like, what is the actual beef or the problem or the issue with that? And I don't know it. Obviously, I'm here in the room by myself, so I can't hear the peanut gallery or the feedback from whoever is watching this. But I'm assuming that the chatter could be, well, that sounds a lot like the white person who says that they have the one black friend. And I get that. And I get that. I think those are two totally different lanes. But I get that though. But let's say that they're in the same lane. Let's say that they're in the same vein for the person who seems like the white person who seems like they don't like black people, but you personally have never had a bad interaction with this person. I guess my question would be to that would be like, as the black person, I wonder, like, how do you handle that? How do you handle that situation in terms of getting that person to, I don't know if the right word is accept other black people who wouldn't be me, or love other black people who wouldn't be me. I'm trying to put myself in the foot, or in the shoes rather, of a woman in that particular scenario, of like being with somebody who seems to not really fucking like women, but at the same time he really, really seems like he loves the fuck out of me. Because I do think that that is a common occurrence. I do. But I also think that it's a common occurrence vice versa. I also think that it's a common occurrence where I see it personally. Women that I know personally, whether it be romantically, physically, platonically, whatever, right? Women I know personally, when I have face-to-face interactions with them, they love me. We're cool, we're friends. They the homies, or we done smashed, or we done gone out on dates, or whatever the case may be. And we have no problems one-on-one. I like them, they like me. They're cool with me, I'm cool with them. But as soon as they pick up their phone, or as soon as they get around their homies, or as soon as, you know what I'm saying, some shit bubbling on Twitter or bubbling on Facebook, or they in a group chats, or they're in a group on social media, and you know what I'm saying, like memes is flying and all that kind of shit. As soon as that shit happens, then it's fuck niggas. Fuck niggas. Niggas ain't shit. Niggas is that. All niggas cheat. All niggas trash. Yada, yada, yada. But they just left the crib, or they just got off the phone with me, or they just got off of FaceTime with me, or we just got through texting and laughing and joking and chopping it up, and everything was cool. So it's like, damn, well, now how am I supposed to feel? Because I do say that we both encounter this same scenario, men and women alike, black men and black women alike. I feel like we both have been in this same situation. I just had a conversation with one of my homies the other day, and he want to get at a young lady. And one of his first questions to me, or one of his first statements to me, was like, I mean, she bad and she cute and this and that, but it looked like she hate niggas though. Like it seemed like she hate dudes. It seemed like she really hate niggas. I mean, I was just like, I mean, probably. She probably do. You know what I mean? But it was like, but I mean, shit, take your chances, nigga. She might not hate you. She hate niggas, but she might not hate you. And I kind of feel like, and I'm sure that I'm biased, but I kind of feel like a lot of the times, like, ladies kind of get that luxury to just kind of, you know, hate niggas, and it is what it is. It is what it is, and nobody really pays any attention. Nobody really bats an eye, because the story for so long has been that niggas ain't shit. So it's like, all right, since we all know that niggas is trash, the niggas ain't shit, then it's cool. It's cool for y'all to hate niggas in their entirety. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that fellas really kind of get that same treatment, get that same luxury. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, it's almost like we're not allowed to tell our stories, or tell our personal stories from our personal perspectives, without it looking or being labeled as generalizations. Now, I will say, and I've always said, a lot of niggas can't speak. A lot of niggas have trouble using their words to where they fumble over shit and they make it sound way worse than what it is that they're actually the message that they're trying to convey. I get that. Some niggas is stupid. But can you be with the man who loves you, but it seems like he doesn't like women in general? And let me just throw this question out here as well. Why is it so important for women as a whole to be liked, to be loved? Why is that so high on the list? You know what I mean? Because honestly, from a guy's perspective, from a male perspective, right? To be a guy in a world amongst women where the general consensus is niggas ain't shit, and women are unapologetic in expressing how ain't shit niggas is, I don't really get upset seeing women express how much they believe that niggas ain't shit. Even if it's a woman that I'm involved with. As long as I know that she's not talking about me personally, I don't really care. I kind of think that shit is hilarious, personally. To where a woman can just have left my presence. We could have just had a great time. We could have just had crazy sex, or we could have just been on a dope date, or we could have just had an amazing conversation filled with a bunch of laughs, and where a bunch of gems were dropped on both ends. And then she leaves my presence, and then she goes to Twitter, or she goes to Facebook, or she goes to Instagram, and she's letting these niggas have it about how much niggas ain't shit. Like, if that wasn't my experience, and I know that she's not talking about me, I don't really have no issues. I don't really have no problems. Like, and like I said, in all honesty, I'm kind of laughing because I'm laughing like, damn, like I must really be different than these niggas that she talking about. And it's almost like I'm kind of laughing and patting myself on the back at the same time. Like, damn, for me to get in good with a bitch who really hate niggas this much, I must be doing something amazing. But for whatever reason, I don't know if women really look at it like that. I don't know if women really look at it in terms of, damn, this nigga hate bitches, but he sure do love him some me. I wonder why that is. And again, this isn't sarcasm, right? This isn't sarcasm. These questions are not rhetorical. I really wonder. I really do. Like, what is so different in the makeup of men versus women where that doesn't bother me? It doesn't bother a man to see a woman that he's just had a great time with get on Twitter and bash niggas in general, because he know that that's not the space that he lives in with that particular woman. But for a woman to have a great time, a great date, get some great dick, or eat some great food, or have a great conversation, or crack some great jokes with a nigga, and then the nigga leaves her presence, and then he goes to social media or has conversations or Facebook or wherever and bashes the bitches who ain't shit out here in the world, she's got a problem with that? And not saying that she shouldn't have a problem with it, but my question is, what is the makeup that's different from me to her, from her to me, that's gonna make me be like, ha, that's hilarious, because I just kicked it with her, and she had a great time. Versus her being like, what the fuck? How am I fucking with a nigga who hates women? I don't even know if I could do this no more. I don't know if I could talk to this nigga no more, because he don't even like girls. He hates women. He's misogynistic. He's a pig. He's sexist. He's, you know what I'm saying, all of this stuff. Which he very may be. But if you don't see any of that when he's in your presence, I'm just asking the question of, like, why is that a huge problem. Why is it such a huge problem to the point where you're actually considering like cutting this nigga off completely? Not because he don't love you, but because he don't love the group that you're a part of. And again, this is not sarcasm. This is not these questions are not rhetorical. Excuse me. I'd honestly like to know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, this one was real short. I just kind of had that on my mind, on my chest. Wanted to get it off my chest. Wanted to kind of ask you guys' opinion on it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna keep y'all too long. I'm sure we could probably have a really good dialogue and conversation about it once we do the live. So hopefully y'all are joining in. Other than that though, man, I'm out of here. Peace.